Hey everybody, Joe Joseph here for thedailysheeple.com, and this is your news shot. So we're going to the Express over in the UK, and this is something that I've been following for quite some time, but I want to share it with you because for all of you out there that believe that there's a conspiracy to basically hijack all of our governments, or they have been hijacked, you're absolutely right. And if this should provide a little validation for you. It says the Illuminati is real and secretly running our world, claims a former defense minister. Now, they're talking here about Paul Hellyer, pardon me. He's the former Canadian Minister of Defense and is also believed to be the highest ranking former politician to come out as a believer of this very popular conspiracy theory. Now, I will say that if you are fortunate enough to discuss with somebody that belongs to the CFR, the Council on Foreign Relations, and they're honest with you about things, then they will tell you straight out that that organization runs the world, hands down. And a lot of those people, a lot of foreign diplomats, a lot of foreign bureaucrats, a lot of domestic bureaucrats are actually afraid of Dr. Richard Haass, the president of the Council on Foreign Relations. It's a very interesting dynamic, that exists within this power structure. And it says, as one of the world's biggest conspiracy theories, the Illuminati is said to be a secretive global elite which runs global governments from behind the scenes and is planning to introduce what's called a New World Order. Of course, we've heard this term ad nauseum, and New World Order is not a new term, but it's something that they want to achieve. You see this, the goal spelled out, say, for example, on the Georgia Guidestones. If you take a look at Adam Weishaupt was the one that basically outlined the goals of the Illuminati. So very well publicized. It says its key members are said to be drawn from Hollywood and world political and business leaders, and some even accusing, its true leaders, of being reptilian lizards from space. Now, I won't go that far. I won't discount it, but I won't go that far. Only because people aren't quite ready for that yet. And to be honest with you, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet, but I won't discount it. Now, it says accusations vary in extremities from simple implementation of the NWO as a global, at the least, to the Illuminati being a highly satanic cult seeking to return the devil to earth. Now, you take a look at Albert Pike. You take a look at Helena Blavatsky. They were all professed Luciferians. Some will say that, Satan equals Lucifer. Some say Lucifer's not Satan. I think they're all basically, they're in the ballpark. We'll put it that way. Other than repeated claims by conspiracy theorists, it says, which have ballooned in number since the growth of the internet, there's no actual proof the Illuminati exists at all. However, Mr. Hellyer, who was in post in the 1960s, said the Illuminati, at least at its most basic concept, is real and all-powerful. He said corrupt hidden leaders continue to wage needless wars and focus on profits rather than stopping earth changes. He goes on to say that the technology to reverse these earth changes have been developed, but it's suppressed by the Illuminati as most of its key members have big stakes in the fossil fuel industry, which they wish to continue for as long as possible. He said, quote, "You have got a secret cabal that's actually running the world, and they've managed to keep this technology under wraps until they can cash in the trillions of oil assets that they've got. And it's not going to change until hundreds of thousands of people band together and say, you've got to come clean. Tell us what's going on and change the priority to save the world for future generations instead of blowing it on wars. Now, Mr. Hellyer joins the ranks of world-famous conspiracy theorist David Icke, the former footballer and BBC One grandstand presenter who came out as a so-called truther in the 1990s. He also describes the Illuminati as a cabal and the hidden hand in lectures around the globe. Now, before you decide to believe Mr. Hellyer or not, it's worth noting he also believes that several species of intelligent aliens are secretly living on Earth, and world leaders keep this secret from us. Now, I will say that in defense of Mr. Hellyer, I would say it's more probable than not that we are not being told the whole truth with regards to who's visiting us. Do we have power, or do other life forms have power over us? Have they, all this kind of stuff. Now, I can tell you from ancient texts like the Bible, the book of Enoch to be specific, they talk about the ones that from heaven to earth fell. You can go down to South America, you find these elongated skulls that don't have human DNA. Seems to be plenty of evidence there. So, don't understand quite why they would say no evidence. They were, of course, commonly referred to as the Watchers. Now, maybe that makes it a little more friendly for people to be able to stomach. I don't know. But I can tell you this. These Watchers, it says, came down with knowledge, advanced knowledge that was taught to humans while we were in our infancy. And I don't think that we were ever in a stage. Matter of fact, I pretty much know we were never in that Neanderthal stage. We didn't do that. We weren't created that way. And anybody that thinks that we were born out of a primordial Campbell's soup is just, I'm sorry, it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't add up. This is not about random chance. As a matter of fact, if you look at the probability of the theory of evolution actually panning out, it's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. It can't happen. I mean, I can't tell you how many scientists have actually had a come to Jesus moment, literally, and been like, whoa, we've got it wrong. CERN specifically, because over at CERN, the Large Hadron Collider over in Switzerland, they proved, utilizing their own cutting-edge research, that the universe is ordered. It's not random. They validated the fact that things don't happen spontaneously. Bada boom, bada bing, here we are, humankind. No. I can't begin to tell you how asinine that whole thing is. So, this is great. This is great that Mr. Hellyer has decided to go on the speaking circuit and talk about this. This is great that we have another viewpoint instead of the same worldview of history that just makes absolutely no sense, that's pounded down our throats in school, in the news, on television. Everywhere you turn, you look, you get the same story. Egyptology, the same thing. You go over to Egypt now, look at the internet has done wonders to where people now know that this whole concept of Khufu building the Great Pyramid for his tomb is total bunkum. It's no good. So much so that now Zawi Hawass, the director of antiquities over in Egypt, has decided to erect a 20-plus kilometer fence around the area because he doesn't want anybody getting in there to actually investigate it. And if you want to get in there and investigate it, you better have some good contacts and a lot of good scratch to grease the skids, grease the palms of Dr. Hawass, because you're not getting in there aside from that. And it's really sad because there's a lot of great history there to be studied, to be researched. I'm sure a lot of things that haven't been found or discovered yet. But as the saying goes, don't let the facts get in the way of a good story. I'm Joe Joseph. This was the DailySheeple.com's News Shot. Feel free to comment below. and visit our website at thedailysheeple.com. Hashtag wake the flock up. Have a great day.